$50 for a plain white t-shirt, $60. I mean, it's not made of gold. This t-shirt does not promise to cure cancer. Clothing is needlessly and ridiculously overpriced. You'd think that because these retailers are so expensive, they'd use quality fabrics and give fair wages to their workers. This is generally not the case. Expensive retailers such as Free People, Anthropologie, and Abercrombie & Fitch use the same sweatshop labor in China that Forever 21 and stores like it do. When I say thrift shop, most of you probably think of Macklemore. Or weird, outdated clothing that smells like dust in your grandparents' house. Everything I'm wearing right now was purchased at a secondhand store for under $80. For some perspective, I looked up how much these shoes would have cost had I bought them directly from the retailer. It was twice what everything cost. So, as you can see, it's not just mom jeans and weird 80s prom dresses. There's a whole range of secondhand stores, from the pedestrian Salvation Army and Goodwill to the classy vintage clothing shops. Secondhand stores are one of our most untapped natural resources. Who cares about oil? It's all about Goodwill. Not only are you getting quality clothing for a better price, but you're also helping to save the world from a lot of evils. For one, you're recycling. When you buy a shirt secondhand, the store doesn't get this memo that they have to make more clothes and use more materials and put more gas into the air. It's basically like recycling water bottles, but the water bottle is your t-shirt. Also, Goodwill in particular sets up shop in areas with a higher poverty rate and purposely hires people new or returning to the workforce. They give people job experience and opportunities while also providing affordable clothing. Their motto is, "Our business is changing lives," and it really is. The third reason why you should shop at secondhand stores is teenage rebellion. You're sticking it to the man. When you buy clothing secondhand, you're not giving any of the money to the evil CEOs. This is Mike Jeffries, CEO at Abercrombie & Fitch. He has made it very clear in multiple interviews that he only wants aesthetically pleasing people working in his stores and wearing his clothing. Along with a quote on the board, I'd like to share with you one of my personal favorites, not paraphrased and not made to look any worse than it is. In every school, there are the popular cool kids, and there are the not so cool kids. We go after the popular kids. We go after the attractive, all-American kid with a great attitude and a lot of friends. A lot of people don't belong in our clothing. They can't belong. Are we exclusionary? Absolutely. Abercrombie & Fitch also burns any excess clothing rather than donating it to charities like other retailers do. This is because Mike Jeffries doesn't want the image of his clothing to be on poor people. So if you really need that Abercrombie & Fitch t-shirt, try buying it secondhand. The problem with secondhand stores is that some of the ones in the areas with a higher poverty rate, like Goodwill and Salvation Army, don't have nicer clothing. This is a serious problem because there are people who don't have a choice but to buy clothing secondhand. And if they're trying to rise up in the workforce and have to go into a job interview, it's really hard to get nicer clothing at an affordable price. That's why for my 20% project, I decided to collect and donate a bunch of nice, professional, used clothing to my local Goodwill in Salinas, a place with a higher poverty rate. Hopefully by donating that clothing, giving this speech, and spreading awareness about thrift stores, I'll get more of my peers shopping there. As fun as it is to be the only one doing something, or the first person fighting for a cause, it's time that secondhand stores stopped being for just the hipsters.